the park. I'm like, who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no!
In the quiet hum of the digital age, our lives have been transformed into open books. We document our triumphs, share our daily routines, and connect with millions in a global village built on Wi-Fi and social media. For some, the phone in their hand is more than just a device. It's a stage, a confessional, a window into a life lived authentically for an audience of thousands. But what happens when that window becomes a spotlight for a final, terrifying act? What happens when a public broadcast becomes a private execution? This is the story of a father, a beloved community figure, a man known for his infectious smile and his unfiltered wisdom, all delivered through the glowing screen of his phone. His name was Tugg Watson. For years, he welcomed friends and strangers into his life through Facebook Live, creating a vibrant, digital community where he was the charismatic host. On a warm August evening in Chicago, Kevin was doing what he did best, sharing a moment of his day from the comfort of his car. The setting was ordinary, a city street, the time around 6 p.m., the conversation light and free-flowing. But in the world of true crime, we've learned that the most shocking stories often unfold in the most mundane moments. Unseen by his viewers, a dark shadow was approaching. A vehicle pulls up, a door opens, and in an instant, the peaceful scene shatters. The friendly voice on the live stream is replaced by a desperate struggle. The relaxed atmosphere gives way to pure, unadulterated terror. The thousands of viewers who tuned in for entertainment suddenly became unwitting witnesses to a real-life nightmare. They watched in horror as a confrontation over a single, valuable object escalated into a fight for survival. The stream continued, a raw, unedited testament to the chaos, the panic, and the final, fatal moment. For Kevin Watson, the camera was always on, but on this day, it captured not his vibrant life, but the chilling moment of its sudden, violent end. The screen went dark, but the questions remained. Was this a random act of violence, or was it a targeted attack fueled by envy and betrayal? And how could a life, so full of promise, be snuffed out on a public stage for a diamond chain? The answers are buried in a single live stream, in the heart of a city grappling with a crisis of violence. And we're going to expose every detail. But first, since these stories connect us globally, I want to know where you are watching from. Let me know in the comments. What state or country are you watching from? Your engagement helps us bring more of these vital stories to light. The digital life Kevin Watson so freely shared was only half the story. To truly grasp the magnitude of the tragedy that would unfold, we must first understand the man behind the screen. Kevin, known by many as Tugg, was far more than a public figure. He was a 42-year-old father, a son of Chicago, and a central pillar in his community. His roots ran deep in the city's neighborhoods, where he was a constant, friendly presence. Kevin's greatest pride was his 7-year-old son, a detail that makes the stories end all the more heartbreaking. He wasn't just a man living his life, he was building a legacy, instilling values in a young mind. This role as a devoted father grounded his entire existence, a truth that permeated his public image and was felt by everyone who knew him. He was a man who lived to provide, to protect, and to be a source of strength for his family. Beyond his family life, Kevin was defined by his extroverted nature. He had a natural charisma that drew people in, a gift for conversation that made strangers feel like old friends. He was known for his love of style and fashion, reflecting his engagement with the local culture and his affiliation with Out the Mud Clothing, a streetwear brand. This wasn't just a passing interest, it was a reflection of his pride in his community and his desire to represent its spirit. He was an individual who didn't shy away from expressing himself, whether through his words or his well-put-together appearance. But his most significant impact came through the screen of a phone. Kevin was a pioneer of sorts in his social circles, utilizing platforms like Facebook Live and even hosting his own podcast to share stories and insights from his life. He wasn't just a content creator, he was a community builder. His live streams weren't stage performances, they were authentic, unscripted conversations that gave his audience a direct line to his thoughts and experiences. He was known for talking freely, for sharing his perspective on life, and for being a source of connection in a world that often feels disconnected. This digital presence wasn't a facade, it was an extension of his genuine, trusting, and generous personality. It's this trusting nature that his sister, Shamika Watson, would later reflect upon. To her, Kevin was someone who saw the good in people, someone who believed in loyalty and friendship. This deep-seated trust, she would recount, may have been a contributing factor to his demise. The very qualities that made him so beloved, his openness, his generosity, his willingness to share, could have been exploited by someone within his own circle, someone who saw not a friend, but an opportunity. In a city often defined by its struggles, Kevin Watson was a shining example of resilience and connection. He used his platform to uplift, to share, and to bring people together. He was a familiar face in local clubs and a respected voice among his peers. His presence was so constant, so reliable, that it was impossible to imagine a world without his voice echoing from a phone screen. He had built a life and a brand on authenticity and community, never once thinking that the very tools he used to connect with the world would become the instruments of his final, terrifying moments. He was a modern-day storyteller, but on that fateful day, his own story would be tragically cut short, a chilling public record of a private betrayal. The day that would change everything started like any other. It was August 13, 2025, and as the afternoon sun began to dip below the Chicago skyline, casting long shadows across the South Austin neighborhood, Kevin "Tugg" Watson was living his life. The time was a little past 6 p.m., a point in the day when the city buzzes with the routine of people heading home, running last-minute errands, or simply enjoying the evening air. For Kevin, this routine involved a stop at a local liquor store. He emerged a few minutes later, getting into his car, ready to connect with his digital community. He sat in the driver's seat of his car, located on West Madison Street. This wasn't an isolated dark alley. It was a public street in a well-known neighborhood, a place where life was lived in the open. It was a space that should have offered safety, a sense of normalcy. He did what he had done countless times before. He hit the button to go live on Facebook. The screen came to life, a small window into his world, and within moments, viewers began to flood the comments, sending him greetings, questions, and emojis. He was in his element, engaging with his audience, sharing his thoughts, and living in the moment. The atmosphere was light, casual, and a perfect reflection of the man his community knew and loved. But what his viewers couldn't see, what was lurking just outside the frame of the phone's camera, was a rapidly approaching threat. As Kevin talked, another vehicle, unseen by the viewers, was pulling up. The background story reveals that Kevin had a reputation, and with that reputation came a symbol of his status, a large chain bearing his nickname, Tugg. It wasn't just a piece of jewelry, it was an emblem of his identity, a bold statement about who he was. This chain, a source of pride for Kevin, was about to become the reason for a deadly confrontation. Eyewitness accounts and police reports would later reveal that a man was following Kevin, his gaze fixed not on the man himself, but on the glittering prize around his neck. The tension began to build in silence, unnoticed by the hundreds watching the live feed. The narrative was no longer just about a man talking to his friends. It was about an unfolding tragedy, a ticking clock that only the man in the approaching car could hear. As the man exited his vehicle, he pulled out a handgun, a chilling contrast to the casual, digital conversation that was still unfolding inside Kevin's car. The gun wasn't a warning, it was a statement. The confrontation was not a robbery gone wrong. It was a targeted, deliberate act. The final, peaceful moments of Kevin's life were captured on camera. He was still smiling, still talking, still a host to a digital audience that was completely unaware of the looming danger. The live stream was a perfect encapsulation of a modern-day life, lived without walls, without a sense of impending doom. And as the armed figure approached his window, the virtual wall between Kevin's world and the grim reality of the streets was about to be shattered. The conversation ended abruptly, replaced by a desperate, physical struggle for a life, and the public broadcast that had been a testament to his vibrant personality became a stage for a final, terrifying decision. The man with the gun confronted Kevin, and in that horrifying instant, the carefree conversation was over. The live stream was no longer about community, it was about survival.
Fucking sun killing me. Yeah. Put this AC back on a little bit. Yeah, buddy. Big Mike. It's crazy, ain't it? Good evening, good afternoon. So, as y'all know, you feel me? I was speaking last night about a situation or about the situation in Mike. Yeah, I was a little drunk, but I was serious. But I don't know if something was heard wrong or whatever. First of all, I didn't pay to get in there. I never said I got paid in there. If you listen to my line. The next most important part is all the promoters, Blacky Wacky, Sharice, Mike Larry, Eli brother, Shooter, Bop, you feel me? Like, all the promoters, when y'all come out, when y'all fuck with them, they're gonna make sure that y'all have a good motherfucking Vontae, you know what I'm saying? Tay, all them people, they're gonna make sure you have a good time at the shit they promote at. They gon', you feel me? They gonna talk to you, they gonna handle, they gonna make sure all that shit is dead. Like I said, the promoters are my people, you feel me? They get and they make shit happen. But me going outside and being around the club life and shit like that, you know, like, it be people asking me to promote, you feel me? Man, though, you should throw your hat around, you should promote, because you could bring motherfuckers out type shit, you feel me? But I don't, like, the promoter's cool. I learned a lot from them. If I did want to do that shit and bring people out, because as much as I'm out, what's up, bro? As much as I'm out, I really could. The problem is, and never will be, an issue with promoters or the promoters. The issue be with the owners. And the owners don't fucking, the owners do not, they own the shit, you feel me? They have the security. They pay the security, you feel me? You got to teach your security, you feel me? Or have them when you got somebody coming in visiting your motherfucking establishment, like, to show respect and love to your patrons. At the end of the motherfucking day, the promoters, not a problem. They have a hard time to park. They have a hard time to do a lot of shit in that shit because they got to argue with the owners, you feel me? And owners, I don't give a fuck how y'all feel. Yes. It don't matter. I'm tagging all promoters. I should have tagged you too. It don't matter. I'm just talking about period. No matter where you at as a promoter, I can tag anybody. It ain't about Taco too. It ain't about. I'm clearly saying I fuck with all promoters, so I can tag all of y'all. Y'all don't want me tagged, then whatever. I'm tagging y'all ass. You feel me? On what I'm saying. Talk to me when you see me in person. Like I said, I fuck with all the promoters. Yo, I fuck with all the promoters. Y'all my people. When I come out, we get sessions. We have a good time. I never had an issue with no promoter in the history of me coming outside. Again, I never had an issue with no promoter in the history of me coming outside. I fuck with y'all. I support every promoter because y'all my people. You too, Dianca, so shut your ass up. I support my people. The issue is not with y'all. The issue is with the owners, with their security. Like, all this shit, they don't treat my... Even when you go to Bevy, bro, you feel me? Like, y'all know, bro, like, a motherfucker then they gotta pay their rent to get inside some of these motherfucking clubs and bars. You feel me? Hold on. If I come in with a hat, you know, say, oh, okay, you can't wear no hats in here. So I gotta pay you $100 to wear my hat up in this bitch. Oh, okay, cool. Shut your ass up, dog. I'm in business right now. So I gotta pay $100 to wear my hat up in here, you feel me? I can't wear gym shoes. I gotta pay another $100 to wear my gym shoes. Then I still gotta pay $60 at the door to get in this motherfucker. You feel me? And then, come on, man. Then I gotta get up here to drink some motherfucking $25 a shot. Like, all this shit that y'all do, bro. We paying $300 before we even get inside y'all establishment. Mind you, we coming to support y'all. So again, there's never an issue with the promoters because, and then y'all don't get them, they don't get y'all promoters enough love and respect for what y'all do. Y'all actually bring motherfuckers out to their establishment and to their venues. You feel me? You too, cuz. Fuck what they said. They can screenshot whatever, cuz. You the DJ and the promoters. When it comes to these establishments, y'all bring the crowds, bro. They gotta respect that shit. You feel me? Y'all bring the fucking crowds to this shit, bro. At the end of the day, they might have a little something going on if they pop, you know, to get their own. But guess what? Y'all bring out the people, bro. They gotta give y'all respect. They not paying y'all enough. You feel me? If you ask me, in my personal opinion, that ain't my field. But again, I'm still gonna speak how I feel about anything. Ain't no motherfucker gonna do nothing to me about it. You feel me? But like, come on, bro. Hold on. Tell them to pull down. I'm gonna tell them to pull down and look at this shit. 10 minutes. I'm doing here. Alright. So, they don't pay y'all enough, bro. Yeah, here y'all go. Because they don't pay y'all enough, and they don't give y'all enough respect or give y'all the control that y'all have to control the crowd. And it don't even be, it's not really a crowd control. A lot of shit happen because when we get in front of these clubs, yeah, first of all, security, like I said last night, security be mad. They stand on the motherfucking door 8 hours, they ain't getting paid enough. So now they treating the motherfuckers who coming to the door. You feel me? And I'm not letting no motherfucker mistreat me. Fuck what a motherfucker talking about, bro. Like I said, when I come into these clubs and these bars and these establishments, 9 times out of 10, you feel me? It's money. I'm not even finna go through all that because I ain't trying to stun. I'm just being honest. You feel me? My jewelry, this shit costs thousands. I'm not finna walk no 2 motherfucking blocks when you got parks in front of your shit and you want to reserve them because I'm coming to support you to spend my money anyway. And there's 7 or 8 motherfucking parks. You telling me I can't park right there and you don't control that park. From now on, I'm parking right there. Call the police, motherfucker, and they gonna tell your dumb ass the same thing. And if you touch or go near my car, I'm gonna leave your ass right there by my shit. They go over the owners, the security, whoever. That's how I'm coming from now on. And that's just being honest. Don't tell me I can't park nowhere you don't got no control over. Don't nobody control these motherfucking city streets, man. Get the fuck up out of here, bro. But they need to give y'all respect. You feel me? They need to stop playing. Check y'all security. Coach them on how to engage with people when you dealing with them, because you can't talk to people reckless. You can't treat them reckless just because you mad or just because you going through some shit. Girl, you'll be all right. You can't treat a motherfucker bad just because you having a bad day, security, whatever. You feel me? The owners like when we come into these motherfucking establishments, we coming to support y'all. Because if ain't nobody coming up in that bitch and it's dry, eventually that bitch gonna be off the map. So you gotta appreciate the people who support you and fuck with you. And that's what I'm saying. Like that's just all that it is. You feel me? Like business is business. I run a good business, and anybody that fuck with me, you feel me? They come and they say something ain't right, or a motherfucker said something wrong or did something wrong to them, and they deal with me, and I got to hear one of my people did something. Guess what? I got to get on their ass. You can't treat nobody like that that's spending their money. You feel me? That's coming out to support you. You feel me? Because you could go any place. We can go any place. You feel me? But black motherfuckers just tend to do too much, bro. And I'm tired of that shit. You feel me? Like, for real. Black motherfuckers tend to do too much, bro, and want to overcharge because a motherfucker feel like a motherfucker got it, bro. Feel me? Give us a day. Let's in that bitch free or something, or make this shit, you feel me? Like, where people could come in, you know what I'm saying, have they self enjoy a good time without spending $1 million motherfucking dollars, you feel me? Motherfucker want to come out and have fun, you feel me? Nobody want to argue. But shit, I ain't trying to come out and spend $500 every motherfucking night neither. It's always the key, that shit, you feel me? But the good thing about it is, we don't have them problems at the touch. It's good parking. It's great food. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't have them type of problems at the touch. That's one thing I can say. You feel me? Vail, the owner there, you feel me? He engaged with people. He showed love. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I'm taking a direct shot because a motherfucker be sitting back. My thing is this. If you're a manager, if you're a security, if you got anything to do, even the promoter step in, you feel me? My thing be when people get positions or they get places, they get too big headed. It's like, okay, I got it going now. Like, you just here. Like, I don't give a fuck what you own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not that big in this shit. You feel me? Like, get the fuck up out of here. You feel me? So, if you got a manager like yesterday at Mike's, the manager see me, bro. That nigga see me. I don't know his motherfucking name, and I let him know. Bro, you see me complaining. You see me saying something. You sitting there, nigga, and you looking at me like, you ain't tried to address me like, hey, homie, can I help you? And this the thing, though. This is what I said, though. I said, okay, listen. I've been in this motherfucker an hour now. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this motherfucker an hour now. My people that came up here, they said they can't get up here. I say, listen, bro, it's 7, 8 parts open, bro. Y'all want us to park 2 blocks just to come fuck with y'all when y'all know somebody come. I've been here over an hour now. You feel me? Taco Tuesday, when I approached them, it was after 11 o'clock. Taco Tuesday usually shut down about 12 o'clock, 1:30. If you got 7, 8 parks open by then, bro, 9 times out of 10, ain't no motherfucker coming there, bro. You feel me? So this what I said. I say, listen, bro, if they do come, let us park right here. You feel me? If they do come get me. We'll move the car so they can get the space. We will move our car, whatever car we need, so they can get the space. Just let us get the park. So now oh no, we can't do that. No, you just gotta find somewhere else to park. Who the fuck is you talking to? You feel me? Like, who the fuck is you talking to for real, even talking like that? Like, that be the shit, and that's what make a motherfucker be wanting to get into it with y'all, because y'all ain't got no respect. What's up, bro? What's up? Hell no.
They calling them now, bro.
I got money. Man. What press on me? Are you good? What press on me? What press on me? What press on me? Hold on. Don't get me. 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 Don't get me.
No, nobody touched nothing over here. Hey! This is my blood cousin, fuck. I got him. I'm trying to find the key because this bitch is locked and this shit ain't. Huh? And that's what I'm finna see. Foul. Oh, boy, it's smoke.
What you just witnessed wasn't a movie scene, it was a real-life horror show. In that horrifying footage, we see the immediate visceral reaction as Kevin is confronted. The struggle is desperate, a fight for survival for a man who, just moments before, was sharing a light-hearted moment with his community. The background story reveals that Kevin, with the heart of a fighter, tried to wrestle the handgun away from his attacker. This wasn't a passive victim, this was a father fighting for his life. But in the heat of that physical tussle, the gun discharged. In that single deafening moment, a single gunshot to the chest fatally wounded Kevin Watson. The live stream, which had captured his vibrant personality for so long, now became a horrifying testament to his final, painful seconds. What followed was chaos. The stream continued, watched by hundreds of viewers who could only look on helplessly as their friend, their community leader, was taken from them in an instant. The public nature of this crime adds an almost unbearable layer of tragedy. Family and friends, including his sister Shamika, were among those who watched the event unfold. For them, the loss was not just personal, it was also a public spectacle, a trauma that they would have to relive every time the video resurfaced online. The brutal reality is that while the digital world allowed Kevin to build a community, it also became a permanent record of his violent end. The footage is difficult to watch, but it's crucial to understanding the full scope of this tragedy. It brings us to a difficult and uncomfortable question, one that every viewer must ask themselves. What do you think really happened here? Was this simply a robbery gone wrong, or was it a targeted betrayal by someone he trusted? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The sudden cessation of the live stream was met with a terrifying silence. The digital stage, which had just witnessed a man's life ebb away, went dark, but the horror of the event lingered. In the moments following the gunshot, the scene on West Madison Street was one of chaos. Emergency services were immediately called, and paramedics arrived to find Kevin Watson gravely wounded. They worked quickly, attempting to stabilize him as they rushed him to a nearby hospital, a desperate race against time. Kevin was transported to Mount Sinai Hospital, a place where doctors and nurses fight daily to save lives. Despite their valiant attempts at resuscitation, the gunshot wound to his chest was too severe. The doctors, after every effort was made, declared him dead. A vibrant life, so full of energy and public connection, was snuffed out in a moment of extreme violence, leaving a profound void in the hearts of his family and friends. In the wake of this tragedy, the Chicago Police Department launched a comprehensive and ongoing investigation. The crime scene itself told a grim story. Authorities meticulously processed the area, collecting vital clues that could lead them to the person responsible. On the ground near Kevin's car, they found blood and fingerprints, but perhaps the most crucial piece of evidence was what was missing from the victim, the large chain bearing his nickname, Tugg. The background story confirms that the chain was found on the ground at the scene, a clear link between the motive and the crime. It solidified the theory that Kevin was deliberately targeted because of this possession. However, despite the evidence and the public nature of the crime, the investigation has, to this day, remained open. The Chicago Police Department has not yet made any arrests or publicly identified a suspect. The mystery of who pulled the trigger and why remains unresolved, a stark reminder of the challenges law enforcement faces in solving crimes of this nature, even when they occur in the public eye. Kevin Watson's family is left grieving, not only for their loss, but also for the lack of justice. The search for answers continues, and the question of who wanted Kevin's chain and his life still hangs in the air, a final, painful piece of an unfinished story. Kevin Watson's story is a tragic case of a life cut short, but its impact extends far beyond the details of a single crime. His death, so public and so senseless, serves as a stark reminder of several core issues that plague modern society. We can't just tell this story, we must also reflect on its deeper meaning and the lessons it holds for all of us. First, his shooting was not an isolated incident. It was one among countless others that underscore the persistent and devastating problem of urban gun violence, particularly in neighborhoods like those in Chicago. His life was a testament to the resilience of his community, but his death is a grim reminder of how fragile life can be in the face of illegal firearms and easy access to violence. Second, the fact that his killing occurred during a Facebook Live session adds a terrifying new dimension to violent crime. It turns a private tragedy into a public spectacle, forcing us to confront the reality of violence in a way that is raw and unfiltered. This public nature highlights a new digital era where crime can be broadcasted live, a terrifying concept that we are still grappling with. The third issue is the profound community impact. The loss of Kevin, a well-known father and community member, sent shockwaves far beyond his immediate family. His story resonates because he wasn't just a name in a police report, he was a person who made a difference in the lives of those around him. His death is a communal loss, and it serves as a powerful call for communities to stand together to prevent such tragedies. Finally, the details suggest that this was a targeted attack, possibly due to envy or disputes over his possessions. This adds a layer of personal tragedy and underscores the sad reality that sometimes our own success and symbols of pride can become a source of danger. From this painful story, we can draw some critical insights for prevention and protection. It underscores the urgent need for focused gun control and crime prevention efforts in violence hotspots. It also highlights the importance of community support networks, promoting outreach and youth intervention programs to ensure disputes don't escalate into deadly confrontations. For individuals, Kevin's story is a powerful lesson in digital safety awareness, reminding us of the risks of broadcasting live in vulnerable settings. And for everyone, it's a call to action to engage in reporting and cooperation, encouraging anyone with information on violent crimes to come forward and assist authorities. Kevin's life and dramatic death carry lessons about the fragility of life and the critical need to build safer neighborhoods, both on and offline. Kevin Tugg Watson's life was a testament to the power of human connection, his presence amplified by the very technology that would ultimately bear witness to his final moments. His story is a poignant intersection of two worlds, the vibrant local culture he championed and the cold, brutal reality of urban violence. It is a story that, despite being broadcast live, remains unfinished. His murder on a Chicago street, in front of a digital audience, is a terrifying reminder that the line between our public and private lives is blurring, and with it, the potential for danger. He wasn't just a victim of circumstance, he was a man who was targeted, his life seemingly taken for a symbol of his identity, a chain with his name on it. The fact that the search for his killer continues, with no arrests or public identification of the suspect, adds a painful layer of injustice to an already devastating loss. It forces us to confront the reality that even in an age of constant surveillance and public recording, some crimes still go unpunished. Kevin's legacy is a complex one. It's a story of a father taken too soon, a friend betrayed, and a community left to grieve. But it is also a powerful lesson about the fragility of life and the urgent need for collective action. His story is a call to be more aware of our surroundings, both in the physical world and in the digital spaces we inhabit. It's a plea for stronger community bonds and for a future where disputes are not settled with violence. We have presented the facts of this case to not just tell a story, but to honor the memory of a man who deserved more than to become a statistic. If Kevin's story resonates with you, and you believe his life and the search for justice matter, there are ways you can help. His life was taken in a moment that was meant to be shared. If his story resonates with you, and you want to help keep his memory and this case alive, please like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe to Crime Scene Exposed for more deep dives into cases that matter. By doing so, you're not just engaging with a video, you're helping to shine a light on these important stories and ensuring that victims like Kevin are never forgotten. Let's work together to make a difference.